Hi, my name is Richard Traiger. I'm running for the Board of Health in Millis. Give you a little bit of background information about myself. I grew up in the city of Boston, the Dorchester part of Boston. I attended Boston Latin School. From there I went to Boston University, where I majored in biology. After that, I went to the University of Pennsylvania School of Dental Medicine, and I got my DMD degree. I practiced dentistry in the town of Newton, and I practiced for 45 years. So that gives you a little bit of background on me. In dentistry, yes, I was in private practice. We saw people with all kinds of issues, whether it was broken teeth or diseases of the mouth, anything regarding to oral medicine. I've always been interested in health, and obviously, from the young age, when I started at BU, my major was biology. So I've always had an interest in the sciences and health, the health and well-being of people. And it's just important that we all realize that the water we take for granted, the air we take for granted, all these things have to be looked at. I've always been a very busy person. I'd be in my office from 6:30 in the morning till 6 at night. I was very active in the dental societies. Yeah, the sirens are going by. I was very active in the dental societies. I was editor of one of the dental magazines for a while, and vice president of one of the societies. And I like being busy. In 2018, I retired. And I found the first year difficult, but since then I've gotten engaged in more activities. Right now I'm active in this is irrelevant to the question, but I'm active in a theater group. We're practicing about 15 hours a week or more. It's a play, it's a musical, and I enjoy it because it's taking up time. That's going to end after our 2 performances before 220 people, May 3rd and 4th. So I have time on my hands, and having had a scientific background and always reading journals, and I still continue to read journals about dental and medical things and what's going on, I have time on my hands, and I feel I could dedicate as much time as possible to the Board of Health. And I'm looking forward to spending time. I can research anything and become an expert on something by putting the time in, and I do intend to put the time in. Right now, I'm living in the town of Millis, and I'm quite content with everything. I'm not aware of any issues, but the most important thing is public safety. So you need to always be up on things regarding water, stormwater drainage, the food supply. Oh, speaking of which, my wife and I had a personal issue. We bought a bag of, mixed cabbage from one of the supermarkets. Within 12 hours, I was ill. Within 24 hours, she was ill. And we were diagnosed with salmonella. So the public health system really reacted to us. We got, the physician must have reported it to the state, and then the state reported it to Millis. So we got a call here from whoever the nurse is here, who I haven't met, asking us all sorts of questions, and we determined that the source of the salmonella was from the only thing that she and I had shared together at a meal was the coleslaw. So I realized these things happen, but you have to trace it back, and we were able to trace it back to a supermarket, and then you report it to the supermarket, and maybe they can do a recall, because I have never been so sick. It was a horrible 6 days. So yes, public safety, food supply, restaurants need to be checked. I've never had a bad experience at a restaurant, but other people do. And again, you have to be sure they got, the proper refrigeration, their exterminators are showing up on time. And, as long as they know that someone's going to come in and inspect them, they'll do everything they're supposed to do. I mean, in dentistry, we always, even before there was all this thing, even before COVID, after a patient left, we broke everything down. The chair was wiped down. The headrest covers were changed. Anything that was not, anything we couldn't put into an autoclave. Oh, an autoclave is a sterilizer which cooks everything under pressure, destroys everything. So anything that couldn't be put in an autoclave was disposable. The tip of the syringe, take it away, disposable, throw it away. So a lot of things are just thrown out if they can't be put in an autoclave. And dentistry's been doing that for a long time. And speaking of the autoclaves, we tested them every single week. We put a strip in which had certain spores on it, and you mail it out, and then you get the test results showing that your autoclave is killing everything. So we've always been, I've always been very in tuned into public health. Again, you want to protect yourself, but you want to protect your patients. And dentistry's done a very good job of that. Because anything you pick up first in the oral cavity can be, become a medical problem. We may see things first before a physician does. An oral cancer. In my whole life, I've only seen 2, so that was a good thing. But even a child, you could pick up, a primary case of primary herpes because, the kid's complaining of their mouth, so they bring them in. We see them, and then we can refer them to the pediatrician. And back 30, 40 years ago, we didn't have antiviral drugs. So today, you refer a child to a pediatrician. There's antiviral drugs, so they never have to develop a full-blown case of primary herpetic stomatitis. I hope the board. I would like to engage with other board members, and I hope everybody, whatever we're discussing, they become an expert on that particular issue, and we all discuss it and see it through, no matter what it is, from septic systems to drinking water to the water that's coming into a building it's warmer than it's supposed to be, to storm water, just everything discussed in detail, and we need to become experts on this, which means just doing your homework. I've got the time now to do homework. I'm one of those people who, when I was in school, one of my enjoyments was reading textbooks. And I still, so now I read the articles online, but I've always enjoyed acquiring knowledge. My name is, again, Richard Traiger. My degree is DMD from the University of Pennsylvania. My email address is richardtraeger@verizon.net. And Traiger is spelled Traiger. If I'm elected to the board, I will put the time in, I will do the homework, and I will be accessible, and I think that all the board meetings should be transparent. I believe right now, I was told that the board meetings are on Zoom. I would like to see the 3 board members meeting together so you can get a better discussion and talk to each other. I don't know whether that's true or not, but someone told me that since the COVID era, the meetings have been on Zoom. I would like to see the 3 of us meet together in a room. And that's it. Look forward to hearing from anybody who wants to contact me. Thank you.